and the Packers is, am I missing something where the Eagles did not win this game? Because I see so much criticism and I see so much stuff about Jalen Hurts. And mind you, I'll be the first to admit Jalen Hurts is an overrated quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts is great. I think he does a lot of things well, but yet I think he is overrated because of the market he's in Philly. He has a strong arm, a big arm, but he's not a quarterback that's going to dominate you by picking you apart, throwing the ball every single week. That's just not his type of style. Again, good quarterback, but his main role is just to hand the ball to Saquon Barkley and keep control of the offense, make sure he's not turning the ball over. I think we can all agree on that. Again, great quarterback, but I don't understand why he's receiving so much criticism, why the Eagles are receiving so much criticism, because I think it's safe to say the media has overreacted in terms of the Green Bay Packers losing and the Philadelphia Eagles winning. We're hearing a lot of different blah, blah, blah about, oh, the Eagles, they don't look good enough, or the Eagles, they may not be ready enough to continue to advance in the playoffs. And I think is like, did we miss something here? Did the Eagles lose this game? People may say the offense played horrible. How could you say the Eagles deserve to win when the offense played that bad? A.J. Brown had only 10 catching yards and all of this blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think those are people who are just mad the bet didn't hit. Let's be real. I mean, that takes a toll on a person's emotional well-being. If your bet's not hitting, I'd be pissed too. And my bets ain't hitting, damn it, just know I'm pissed. So I get it. But the thing is, I get the Eagles offense didn't play perfect, but you got to remember the Packers defense is not a trash defense. This was a team who was a top 5 defense in the Green Bay Packers. The Packers finished the season allowing the second least amount of yards in the NFC. So how could you possibly be mad at the Philadelphia Eagles for struggling against a solid defensive team? If you know they're good, of course it's going to be difficult to have your offense thriving against a top-tier defensive team in your conference? Are you kidding me? Like, where's all the nonsense coming from of Hurts has to be brilliant, Hurts has to throw for 200 and all of this? Like, whoa. Pump the brakes. Yeah, Jalen Hurts could have cleaned it up a little bit. He could have made some throws, let it fly, but who's to say that wouldn't have turned into an interception? I mean, there's two sides to every story, and I think the main thing people should be talking about is that the Packers has continued to do what they've done all season, and that's play mediocre and struggle on the offensive end. There's been so much focus on what the Packers haven't been able to do on the offensive end that people forget that the defense was actually pretty solid. Finishing second in the conference for defensive yards allowed? Are you kidding me? When did that become an easy thing to do? When did that become something that we overlook? And all of this controversy about the Eagles not being good, and it's like, how do you miss this key aspect of the Packers not being a solid defensive team? We've seen it on display in this matchup against the Eagles, where clearly the Packers look dominant at times on defense. They got to Jalen Hurts, forced him to roll on the outside, and forced him to either throw the ball away or just slide. That way he didn't have to take a big hit or anything. How did we just overlook the talent on the Packers defense when this has been a thing that's been keeping them afloat all year long? I don't get it. But even when you look at Saquon Barkley, a guy who is almost guaranteed to get over 100 yards, he had to get to 25 carries. They had to still heavily rely on him. So the run game, it did crack open at some point, but the Eagles game has never been gotten it up passing. It ain't never been a game. So why all of a sudden we expect them to just go out here against the Packers and just throw pass after pass after pass? No, that ain't it, man. That ain't how they did it, and that ain't how they got to 14 wins like they are at this season. And it's just nonsense to me that people are acting like the Eagles had such a horrific loss when they ended up, act like they had such a horrific loss when they won the game. Wasn't pretty. Every win's not going to be pretty, but any win in the NFL is a good win. And then most of all, they beat an elite defense. Everybody's playing great. This was probably one of the best defensive performances from the Packers this entire season. And again, the stats is not going to tell you the full story. This is one of the things you just had to watch the game, because you look at the stats, you're like, oh, well, they gave up 119 rushing yards. They gave up 169 total. Like, whoa, where's the good defense in that? Come on now, you got to watch the game.